On June 5th, 2026, over 2 years of work for the shop crews of the world-famous Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad culminated, as the legend steamed out of the roundhouse to take her first revenue train on home rails in almost 75 years. Denver and Rio Grande Western C-19 number 340, now under the ownership of the Ghost Town Calico Railroad, was shipped to Durango for a complete overhaul in 2024. Thanks to the collaboration of both Knott's Berry Farm and the Durango and Silverton, 340 was allowed to pull 3 special excursions along her former stomping grounds, 2 passenger trips for the general public on Friday and Saturday, and a photographer's special on Sunday. This is the story of that incredible weekend. Our journey begins the day before, on June 4th, when I arrived into town with Cam's Trains to find 340 simmering at the depot after performing one final test run to make sure everything was in order.
This is... wow.
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 Wow. There she is. Wow.
Soon after, 340 moved her short consist into the yard to let the 2 daily Silverton trains disembark their passengers. At the head of each train was a K36, 482 on the first, and 481 fresh out of her oil conversion on the second. After meeting up with Toons Trains and Lynn's Trains, we all went to grab some food at Mickey D's while the 2 sisters put their trains away.
Yeah, we should talk
There
about
was
the
a
car.
car that drove over that switch there, all the way to the other side.
Like it drove all the way down. It drove
All
down
the
the
way
rails
down.
all the way down to the straighter.
How high were they?
Very.
Very.
That makes sense.
June 5th was the big day. Proud as a peacock and strutting her stuff, 340 emerged from the Durango roundhouse to prepare for her first revenue train on home rails in almost 75 years. Employees, crew members, and executives from both the Durango and Silverton and Knott's Berry Farm posed on the engine for photos, and afterwards, she was christened with a bottle of champagne. With that, 340 steamed out onto the ready track to prepare, as 41 departed with the second Silverton train of the day.
It actually is.
Oh, and there it goes.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
I was like, it would hurt if you saw a loud 6 chimes.
Yeah.
I just look, I'm like, oh, there's smoke.
Oh.
It's there. I hear a 5-time wait. 6 chimes.
Alright, last car goes past, you know what to do.
That sounds like 484 plus a rock. That sounds like the Reading 6 chimes.
Hi, Pete. Here it goes.
Oh, dear God.
One,
No captain.
three. Alamosa, 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 Alamosa.
340 then emerged from the yards with boxcar 3631 in tow, before she backed down onto her consist and moved it across to the depot track. The train 340 would pull consisted of boxcar 3631, the coaches Shenandoah and McPhee, as well as freshly restored Combine 211 owned by the Hinsdale County Historical Society in Lake City, Colorado. 211 will be used as a concession coach for this weekend. Carrying the markers was Caboose 0540. At 9:35, the last door banged shut, the conductor gave the all aboard, and DNRCW Extra 340 pulled out from the Durango Depot. Soon after, we were rocketing through the valley at a brisk top speed of 17 miles an hour. At Hermosa, 340 stopped to top up on water and began her ascent up the brutal 2% grade of Hermosa Hill. At Rockwood, Russell Hurt, the special events coordinator, stepped into our coach to give some news. A section of track near the high school had been ripped out behind us for replacement, and the work wouldn't be done until late in the afternoon, meaning we'd essentially be stuck outside of town for 3 hours. So what were we going to do with all that spare time? We'd find out soon enough. Just after 11, 340 crept her way through the Rockwood Cut, entered the San Juan National Forest, and for the first time in over 3/4 of a century, she brought a revenue-earning train onto the world-famous High Line. Heading down into the Animus, she crossed the Tacoma High Bridge. Now that the tracks had met the river, 340 made quick work of the journey to Cascade Canyon, arriving just after noon. At 12:45, 340 gave a 10-minute warning whistle. And just before we got underway, we'd finally figure out what we'd do with those extra 2 hours. We'd have fun. After packing up our camera gear and climbing back aboard, 340 began the trek back to Durango. But the fun wasn't over just yet. Not wanting to face the wrath of a K-36 and 12 coaches, we wisely decided to scamper back home as fast as 340's little drivers would let her. Until we stopped again in the middle of the United campground. The track gang had just finished replacement of the track and were tamping down the ballast to make sure the track was safe and secure. Once they were done, we finally left the campground behind.
What they don't know is my dad and me, we drove around to Tennessee. She's still here now, he's gone. So I hold on. It's just an old beat up box, it's rusty strings across the top. Probably don't look like much to you, but these dents and scratches in the wood, yeah, that's what makes it sound so good. To me it's better than brand new. You see this here flat top guitars, had my back in a million bars, singing every country song. So I hold on to the things I believe in, my faith, your love, our freedom, to the things I can count on to keep me going strong. Yeah, I hold on like the stripes to the flag, like a boy to the day. I can't change who I am.
After dropping off her passengers, she scurried into the yard. Not more than 15 minutes later, 482 stomped into town with the first Silverton train. What nobody had remembered, however, was that the Durango yard had a curse. The curse states that any consolidation who dares to enter yard limits will be forced to become the Durango Switcher.
It's not Acquiat because it doesn't have switchables.
Put this in your travel.
Yeah, I will. Say hi, Peter.
They're switching out. They got King Mine.
Yeah, that wasn't on the train.
They really are just using it as the Durango switcher.
Actually. Oh my god.
Oh no, Keep.
They're actually like that's insane.
Now I know why I left for California.
Yeah. Yeah, now I remember they're putting me to good use.
They're putting me to good use.
It's not just going around and around.
Still.
I want to go back to California.
As 340 dutifully switched out the yard and fulfilled the curse, we couldn't help noticing that she seemed to be assembling an entirely new train. It wasn't her own for tomorrow, and it was certainly too short to be a regular Silverton train. We'd figure out what it was soon enough, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next day, I met up with T12 Productions, Toon Trains, and Lynn's Trains to chase 340 together. We opted not to watch the departure from the depot, and instead decided to get our first shot at the first crossing of the Animus near the Rotary Park. After 340's great behavior the day before, the crew was seemingly a lot more confident in her performance and opened the throttle just a little bit wider. The chase was on. Probably the hardest spot to get to was Pinkerton Siding, where we had to find an old access road and climb to the top to reach the siding, but it was absolutely worth it in the end. After 340 passed, we planned to catch her at Shalona Lake next. All the other people we talked to said it would be damn near impossible to do it, since there was no way we could possibly beat the train to Shalona. But as the old saying goes, no risk, no reward. Disclaimer, our cannonball run to Shalona was made totally legally. No speed limits were broken and no shortcuts were taken. just past 12:45, 340 raced into Rockwood to drop off passengers who would chase her back to Durango. We did the same and raced back down the hill to Hermosa. .340 soon pulled up to the tank for a well-deserved drink. 5 minutes later, she was off once again. At home range siding, 340 tucked into the hole to make way for a very special train. From the distance, a 3-chime echoed across the valley, and soon engine 473 proudly rolled by on the main line with a train of guests bound for a wedding at Cascade Canyon. The switch was lined, and then 73 shot off like a rocket with her train. Once the wedding train was gone, 340 took to the main once again. Back in Rockwood, we decided to scout out potential locations through the cut to catch 473. After accidentally discovering an abandoned explosive shack, the rails started to sing. We ran back to get our cameras, and suddenly a line of 20 speeders appeared out of nowhere.
Hi!
After the speeders came and went, we were walking back through the cut when T12 Productions and Cam suddenly yelled at us to run. Supposedly, 340 was coming back up the hill to Rockwood for a photo shoot, and she was under tonnage with freight for tomorrow's charter. We ran back as fast as we could, and they were rage baiting us.
I'll own it.
After firmly slapping each of them on the wrist, we headed back into town to get food. At 8:30, we highballed back to Rockwood, and the moment we stepped out of the car, soon we heard stomping from the cut, and 473's headlight pierced the ever-growing darkness as she emerged into Rockwood. Oh my god, first time seeing 73 with the snowplow up close. That is beautiful.
And at night.
At night. Just past 8:40, 473 departed bound for Durango. Just past 9:45, she raced past 32nd Street with her train of family, friends, and the newlywed bride and groom in tow. Needless to say, we all hope for nothing but the best for this nearly wed couple. This was it. Day 3. 340's final train in Durango. A mixed freight and passenger photo charter. Boy, I wonder what the consist for this train is going to be. Oh, it's just the Friday passenger train again. Whatever, it's fine. It's still technically what it says on the tin. Just before 7:10, 340's whistle echoed through the crisp morning air, and she departed Durango on her own steam for the final time.
A man and a train and a man. They both try to run as far and as fast as they can. But a man's not a train, and a train's not a man. A man can do things that a train never can. Going up a mountain, even halfway to the top. The minute that a train runs out of steam, it's gotta stop. But it's a different story when a man runs out of steam. He still can go a long way on nothing but a dream. Going across the country when a train runs out of track, it has to stop and turn around and then start heading back. But many miles from nowhere, out where all the tracks are gone, a man who's got himself a dream can still keep going on. So don't try to stop me, don't try to stop me, 'cause nobody can. I got a dream, a beautiful dream, and that makes me a man. Oh, don't try to stop me, don't try to stop me, 'cause nobody can. I got a dream, a beautiful dream, and it makes me a man.
After a full day of run-bys in the Animus, 340 was running low on diesel. She bolted back to Rockwood to restock, where she performed one final run-by, leaving the Rockwood cut. All that was left was to get her home. Just past 5 p.m., 340 crossed College Avenue and pulled into the Durango depot under her own steam for the final time and dropped off her passengers at the depot, bringing to a close a magical weekend that will likely never be repeated. Soon afterwards, 340 was loaded onto a trailer and shipped back to California. An enormous shout out goes to everyone from both Knott's Berry Farm and the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad for their collaboration in not only rebuilding the 340, but giving her the best send-off anyone could have possibly asked for. And with that, all that's left to say is, goodbye, Green River. See you back at Knott's.
so we're here at the first crossing of the Annas, and we've got plenty of people here.
Oh, 49.60.
Even says Grand Canyon right there. We are such bummers, oh my god.
There it is. Earl Gorge Herald.
Florida River, milepost 43.01.
What? Let's see. Right there.
Yeah. It's fine.
Hey, ball!
Replace it. I'm loose. So you got so much older, so I was like, okay, I need Chinese silver valve. The DNSBC happened to have like valve gear and wheels for a sample, so I stole it. That's the easier idea. Swingers on Dude, no, seriously though, it looks like fucking. Seriously though, it looks like you put your teeth on it. Yes. And you butchered the heck. I did. That's the.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching this feature-length film of a video. It's definitely been a while in the making. I'd also like to say that I'm sorry that I haven't put anything out basically for the past month. Life got in the way basically in the best way possible. And by that, I mean I got to travel across to the other side of the world for a week and a half. On top of that, I'm actually getting ready to move out for college in literally just over a month. Like, that is so, scary to think about. I started this channel when I was in middle school, and now I'm about to go to college to study for my dream job. Another thing, this channel turned 4 years old at the start of June. So that is insane. I can't believe I've been doing this for that long. I'd like to thank all of you for sticking with me on this incredible adventure. And I'd also like to say, the best is yet to come. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye!